Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Friday, October 5th at about 7:30 p.m. In a 45-minute, meticulously written speech, Senator Susan Collins defended Brett Kavanaugh and explained why she would support his nomination, all but guaranteeing he will be the next. Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Friday, October 5th at about 7:30 p.m. In a 45-minute, meticulously written speech, Senator Susan Collins defended Brett Kavanaugh and explained why she would support his confirmation, all but guaranteeing he will be the next Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. There is little doubt this is a huge win for conservatives. It is likely that the court will be solidly in the hands of a conservative majority for at least a decade. How much of a difference will that make? Kavanaugh has respected precedent in the past and has committed to doing so in the future. So I would not expect major changes to established law, but I would expect new cases to be decided with a clear conservative philosophy. Liberals may be praying that history repeats itself. While every justice nominated by a Democratic president since JFK's second one has been a reliable liberal vote, Republicans have a much spottier record. Going back to Eisenhower's nominations of William Brennan and Earl Warren, Nixon's of Harry Blackmun, and Bush 41's of David Souter, some of the court's most liberal justices have been picked by Republicans. Others, including Sandra Day O'Connor and Anthony Kennedy, have not been reliably conservative. And even Chief Justice Roberts crushed Republican hopes when he upheld Obamacare. The big concern now is whether the politicking and hypocrisy on Capitol Hill has irreparably damaged the reputation of the court itself. Republicans have little moral authority after how they dealt with the Obama nomination of Merrick Garland. Same for the Democrats and how they underhandedly waited until after Kavanaugh's hearing to leak the sexual assault allegations against him. Neither side takes seriously the constitutional mandate to provide advice and consent. It is all politics now, a brutal battle for power. Collins was right to say we have reached rock bottom and that, quote, when passions are most inflamed, fairness is most in jeopardy. Let's hope, as Collins also said, that if any good at all has come from this ugly confirmation process, it has been to create an awareness that we have underestimated the pervasiveness of the terrible problem of sexual assault. There's lots of other important news today. The U.S. unemployment rate dropped to 3.7%, its lowest level in 49 years, even though job creation slowed, possibly because of Hurricane Florence. Wages also kept rising. Concerns that the labor market is beyond full employment and could lead to greater inflation pushed the yield of the benchmark 10-year Treasury note to its highest level in 7 years. Concerns over rising interest rates sent U.S. equity markets down. The S&P 500 fell by nearly 1% this week. The tariff fights have not helped the U.S. trade deficit. It increased sharply again last month as a stronger economy and a rush to buy foreign products before tariffs took effect led to record imports, while U.S. soybean exports, an important part of the trade battles, plunged. And another mystery of a vanished person in China. This time it's not an actress, but the head of Interpol, the international law enforcement agency. He was reported missing by his wife after he left France. Reports are that he was detained for questioning as soon as he landed in China. Before being elected head of Interpol 2 years ago, he was Vice Minister of Public Security in China, which critics say gave him control over the secret police. In our alternate universes segment, the great divide between conservative and liberal media, the initial reaction to the Collins speech and the almost certain Kavanaugh confirmation was not what I expected on the big cable news networks. Fox just reported with no celebration. That may have been because it was in the hands of two of Fox's least conservative stars, Shepard Smith and Chris Wallace. CNN reacted soberly as well, with a large panel providing clear analysis of the speech and of what the implications are of a Supreme Court with Kavanaugh on it. That was until Democratic operative Paul Begala showed up and showed us why we're at rock bottom. He said it was a travesty that 4 justices have been named by presidents who lost the popular vote. I guess he doesn't like our constitutional system, adding that it means the court is heading to a crisis of legitimacy. He also called Kavanaugh's behavior at his last hearing unhinged. MSNBC was on the somber side, but handled the news professionally, mostly by Ali Velshi, Chris Hayes, and Chris Matthews. So, some progress there on all sides. We have all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and follow me on Twitter at AmoraTV. Have a great weekend. I will see you again on Monday.